So everybody, I did a video maybe about a month ago, maybe not quite that long, but anyway, it was talking about digital attenuation and versus a standard traditional analog potentiometer, and how the gain level on digital attenuators you have to turn higher to reach a similar gain as a standard potentiometer. And you know, I mentioned in that video about how I read reviews where people will trash products. And you know, because of the fact that it uses a digital style attenuator, you know, like a rotary encoder, a chip-based volume control, and those typically require a higher position to get the same relative volume. But anyway, I thought I would share with you guys this really awesome Amazon review I found of the Yamaha RN800A network receiver, and I've had this amplifier. I had an issue with it where a lightning strike kind of fried it, and it was totally my fault, but luckily Amazon refunded me the money. In any case, I ended up not doing a review on it, but I'll probably get one again at some point and do a review on it, so stay tuned for that. Just because I liked it a lot until it got, you know, fried. But anyway, I thought I would read this and share with you guys this negative review. And basically, I'm going to paraphrase it. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It basically says, don't purchase this receiver. I have some vintage ADS speakers, and they're very easy to drive. I had them hooked up to my 1985 Yamaha R9 receiver, which was great, by the way. And that one had an issue, so I thought I'd buy another Yamaha, and he, of course, bought the RN800A. And again, I'm paraphrasing. And he says, this RN800 is trash. The mid-range is thin, no loudness. It does have a loudness control. It's 100 watts, but you got to turn it up to 50, 60% to get any volume. And listening to vinyl is trash because you need 70, 80% of volume. I ended up selling it and bought a 50-year-old Sansui, and you basically just have to barely turn it. And, you know, and again, it is a very negative review trashing the RN800, but this negative review effectively comes from a place of ignorance. And in my opinion, ignorance is one of the greatest sins imaginable. You know, to me personally, it's a huge bugbear of mine with people, with ignorance. Why do you choose to be stupid? You know, and that's effectively what ignorance is. Ignorance is the fact that I don't know. Right? That's technically what it means. Somebody doesn't know something. However, we live in a time, in an era of society, of human development, that we have access right here. We have access to the world's knowledge throughout history. So it's very easy to take and go on here. And why do digital attenuators need more gain than standard potentiometers in a volume control circuit? And it will tell you the exact reason why, and it will tell you, and then you'll understand. So in my opinion, I don't suffer fools not very well, if you understand what that means. And one thing I especially don't suffer is ignorance. We live in the age of immaculate technology and the information age. We're beyond that now, as a matter of fact. And, you know, the world is at our fingertips, quite literally, and it's so easy to find out what information and really learn about a product. Matter of fact, when I get a product in, sometimes I don't know about this stuff. I mean, I try to, but sometimes I don't. I look this stuff up. Well, how does that product compare with that product? Or, you know, what's the history of this company? Or, you know, what kind of other products similar that they have released? And I might not be familiar with them, but again, I'll look it up. And so, in my opinion, there's no excuse for ignorance. And in the terms of a product review, having a negative review based on ignorance is effectively, I don't know, it's just shitty. I don't know how to say it other than that, man. It really is. Because what you're doing is you're leading people to a conclusion that's based on misinformation, you know, which again, it kind of feeds back into one of the greatest, you know, things that you can do as a person, in my opinion, is ignorance. But yeah, you know, I don't know why I brought this up. I guess I was reading stuff, and anyway, I got a little kind of bent out of shape about it. But anyway, you know, stay tuned. I've got some system I'm going to be demoing. Speaking of Yamaha, system I'm going to be demoing probably in the next week or so, demoing and also reviewing and that sort of thing. So anyway, stay tuned. Peace out. You guys have a great night.